So today we're having the official unveiling of the John Baker Memorial in front of the Cornwall Community Museum. And the John Baker Memorial was a project of the United Empire Loyalist Association of Canada's first virtual branch, Bridge Annex, who hosted a virtual conference featuring Cornwall and SD&G in May. It was supposed to be a live one, but as we all know, live is no more. So this gave us an opportunity to get this installed, thanks to the City of Cornwall and all of our collaborators. And so today we had the opportunity, luckily, to be able to gather a few people to be able to mark the official installation around John. So John Baker was actually born enslaved to the Gray family, and that might be a familiar name to some of your viewers, as Gray's Creek is named after them. His mother had been enslaved by the Gray family, who were Loyalists, and of course she was brought into Canada when the American Revolution was over, and born to her were two sons, Simon and John, and as they were born to an enslaved woman, they were automatically enslaved. And then John, of course, became manumitted, which means that in the will of Robert Gray, it said that upon his death, they would be set free. And remarkably, 4 months before he died, he wrote that will, and then he died on a shipwreck with Simon, John's brother, on Lake Ontario, and that freed the family. John then joined the New Brunswick Fencibles, which was the 104th Regiment of Foot, and actually fought in some of the pivotal battles of the War of 1812. So this is a man who took the challenges of his early life and dug in and needed to do what he needed to do. So he fought for our country, and then of course he called Cornwall home for the rest of his life. Yeah, so even, whether we are part of the Black community or not, we are missing big chunks of our local stories. I'm missing big chunks of my Loyalist family history because they brought enslaved with them, and to not know the people around them was to not know the entire scope of early Cornwall. So we worked with the Ontario Black History Society. President Natasha Henry advised us on this project. So it was important to bring in communities that had felt the weight of this historic inequity to be part of bringing John's story to his hometown. Although we didn't have any historic images or sketches of John, we certainly knew what his uniform looked like, and because he had stated in his own words that his military experience had been important to him, we knew that that was going to be a good direction to take the image in. In 1869, John gave an interview to a Toronto newspaper and talked about his early life. And in that interview, you could hear his personality through his own words. So Tracy-Lynn was given that, along with other historic documents, and she really brought a personality to life, which I think is such a great way to honor somebody, to not make them a flat historical figure, but a real person who lived here. I think to be open to widening that historical lens. Just because we were taught narrow versions of our history, or we didn't even know what to explore in a lot of cases, doesn't mean that history didn't exist, and didn't mean there weren't other amazing people in our early communities and in our own family histories that deserve space to have their stories told, so that we can all benefit from having that enrichment told to us about Cornwall and about your families.